Hi guys, my name is Cyrus Fidel. I'm the proud founder and CEO of Swissborg, always here to serve you. And
here I'm Nicholas, I'm Swissborg CTO.
So talk a little about Swissborg. So those who don't know what Swissborg is about, we did an ICO 6 years ago, which was to promote financial freedom for everyone. Since that, we always try to bring the off-chain world and the on-chain world and how we merge it together. And today, in this presentation, we're going to exactly show how we get the best of the both worlds and how we build only OPOS with Swissborg. So what have we done with Swissborg since our ICO? We have created an app that is one of the best wealth management crypto app we have essentially in Europe. Enables almost 1 million people actually to get to buy, stake, trade, and build their wealth through Swissborg. And what we have as well built is one of the best way to on-ramp or off-ramp any type of people in Europe. Today we have over 17 currencies that you could go from one fiat to your favorite token within a click. We strongly believe that in the next cycle we'll be onboarding million people, and I think so this is something that is going to definitely change for Swissborg and as well for Solana. So, Nicolas, how do we get listed on Swissborg?
So this is a very good question. And to be listed on Swissborg, the very interesting part now with our integration with Solana chain is that you need liquidity on chain. And to be able to provide that liquidity on chain, you can go on any DEX and typically work with permissionless automated market maker, such as Camino, so that your token is liquid and then people can use it very seamlessly with our app. The very interesting part now is that Swissborg is capable of merging all the liquidity that exists. So we can go from Forex, centralized exchange, and also DEX. And any listing on Swissborg then gets super simple. Because typically before the previous state of the art was that you would provide your token and the liquidity on a DEX, and then you would have to fill a huge form on centralized exchange and find a market maker that would also provide that liquidity there. So that era is gone. Now with Swissborg, things get very simple for this.
Yeah, so to sum it up, really what that was great is that you really have the seamless experience that you have on centralized exchanges, but really powering it back with the blockchain, right? And I think so this is something that's very important. More importantly, I think so what is really good for the community itself and getting listed on Swissborg is that we have been in there. We have listed our own token. We have done an ICO. We have been able to really grow our community members in Europe to get to that 1 million people. And we have today, for example, over 50,000 people that are premium that stake our tokens. We have 17,000 shareholders that we did in our Series A this year through our community crowdfunding, the Series A. So I think so this is something that is really remarkable that we'd like to promote, right? Because all here, we're obviously big fans of Solana, and definitely Swissborg is one of it. And I think so this is something that as well, it changes the game, to bring real investors that are not only there for the investment for sake, but want to as well build with that company and make sure that that token, is a great way to get into it. Yesterday, we were very excited that we finally did this OPOS with essentially with Solana and how essentially we were able to list Helium token. Do you want to walk us through how we did that?
Yeah, so a very interesting part of Helium for people that are not familiar with the project is that it's a decentralized physical interface network, so DPIN, that has launched a very interesting offer, and for $5 you can get unlimited 5Gs access. So this is the first time that you have a peer-to-peer network for 5G. And as on Swissborg, we have a very loyal investor community. Now they can access something that coming from a different investment universe. So for our investors, it's new range of token, and we wanted to broaden the scope of investment capabilities on Swissborg. So this was like one of the core reasons that like we wanted to list that token.
Right, and I think so. Like in terms of other projects, obviously, Swissborg, we have quite a big vague of different projects that we're looking forward to list. There's definitely, what was your Nico? What would be the one you like the most?
Yeah. So we decided to implement natively the Solana chain on Swissborg because we strongly believe that like everything that we've been seeing on Solana is a community that is packed with investors and amazing ideas. I have been a judge on the last Solana hyperdrive, and that was like almost to 900 submissions, and it took a long time to review all that. But from gaming to to deepen projects, to entertainment, social media, and you name it, and we saw that like in all those different verticals, there's like projects that are coming on Solana. And so we're very excited to be able to kind of list projects that have like a bright future on very early stage. Do you want to tell us like why early stage project could come on Swissborg?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think so. The verticals that we're looking at is definitely some in the DeFi, because we know that, for example, we were only way to aggregate a DEX was through Solana, right? And that now Visa is using it as backbone. We're a bit using the trading software or the trading network of Solana. So we're quite very bullish on DeFi, I would say, and all the different protocols that are regarding these decentralized financial applications. But there's more than that. I think so. The gaming is something that we've obviously pushed a lot. We have our own gaming guilds where people really play the games, and people that as well obviously be investing potentially in these different games. So this is with Xborg, for example. So I think so. These are the two big different things that we really looking forward to bring in the Swissborg ecosystem.
So you mean mostly applications that are consumer-centric, easy to use, and that could have a huge impact for our community?
That's exactly that. And I think so this is what we're looking on the long run is again, we've been in this game now for 7+ years. I think so it seems very short in terms of man years. It seems very long in terms of crypto years. And I think so to curate this loyalty, this community that, again, we have, which is, again, 17,000 shareholders. There's a lot of people, and up to 1 million KYC users that we have in Europe. I think this is something that we could pass on with the purple love of Solana, or this to different, essentially, tokens that will be listed in the next future.
Okay. So do you want to wrap up this conversation and tell us what should people do?
Yeah, for sure. So I think so the big message here is that if you look at the sex cartels that has been driving this business, I would say, for at least 5 years, a lot of things have been taken on a political bias. I think so Swissborg, we really incarnate this type of free democracy where essentially we want our community to choose the best projects that want to get listed. And I think so in the Solana community, there's a lot of people that do believe in this philosophy that's behind this transparency. I think so we went a further step than any other SEX, and that's what we call ourselves a meta exchange, is how we really bring essentially the best of the world of SEXs, but as well the best of the world of DEXs, to put them together to create this free mechanism where any project could be eventually listed and voted from our community to get listed on Swissborg. And then how are you using essentially Solana as a backbone to make sure that people are essentially using the chain, and eventually these investors that get into these tokens will be using essentially Helium or a lot of different other projects that will be on Solana. And looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we're very excited to hear from you.
Great. So when I say O, you say O with Swissborg. Thank you, guys.
Cheers.